Italia 90, taking it way back. England in the quarterfinals against Belgium. Last minute of extra time, ball got dropped in, David Platt on the swivel on the volley. Top bins. And I remember that, just sitting at home and my dad going mad and plates and everything going flying and all sorts, and my mum going mad and because he broke the best china and everything. So yeah, they're my memories, man, of the World Cup.
For me, Serbia beating Germany 1-0 in the group stages 2006.
Hello and welcome to UFF Russia Football Roundup.
Trust me, we hate you.
Go Portugal!
Ref, he was a bit racist, let's be honest.
Come on, England!
Let's go.
Greatest World Cup memory?
Oh, definitely 1994. Yeah. Well, I think we didn't win the World Cup for such a long time, and our team was not believed, like we wasn't believing that we could win, and we got stronger and stronger and stronger. And Bebeto and Romario, man, that was a team.
2002, absolutely. We were champions in Japan, and I remember because of the time. I mean, it was like afternoon in Japan. In Brazil, it was evening, so we were like watching the games like 3 in the morning. And even though it was like fucking difficult to watch the games, it was so nice, you know, like all the neighbors, you know. So yeah, definitely the World Cup of 2002.
1998, of course, that's the best. We won 3rd place, so that's, I think, for every fan, Croatia team, best year ever.
Well, the worst World Cup memory, I think, was the 2nd one. That was the bad one, and it was on my birthday, 8th of July. I can never forget that.
Where were you when that happened?
I was making a big party celebrating my birthday, and that happened. I don't talk much about that.
Opinions brought to you by Wash and Go.
Hello and welcome to FanPark Live. It's coming home.
Chill.
I've been saying it from the very beginning.
You haven't, but okay.
England are currently beating Sweden. For me, the game is a foregone conclusion.
Coming home.
See, it's coming home.
You lot are setting yourself up for
It's
disappointment.
coming home. We know what's happening.
You're setting yourself up for disappointment. You're AB, the thing. I think you took out the thing for a little bit. We can't even see ourselves.
Yeah, something's happened to the TV, but we're going to fix it.
We'll fix it anyway. There we go, we're back.
Guys, make sure you call in 0203 606 0315. We want to hear what you have to say. We're going to be reading out your comments. We're going to be taking some videos. And we're just going to... I want to hear what you have to say. I want everybody to tell me...
I want all of the excited England fans to call in right now because I want to bring you guys back down to earth.
No.
And that's not because I'm a hater.
It is.
Because...
It is.
No one here was rating England coming into this World Cup apart from me. Not one person. I was the only person that said England will get far into this tournament. Yeah, put them through here.
That's the only English person. What the hell? Come on.
Go on. Answer the phone call.
Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hi Adam, it's David. I'm still alive.
Hello, David.
I pulled up the other night.
Amen.
All
You're
right,
still
man.
alive, bro. I'm happy for you. How you doing?
It's coming home, boy. It's coming home.
It's coming home. You know it. You know it, David.
I know it, mate. Yeah, and a big hi to Chris as well.
All right, well done, David. Thank you. It's not coming home.
Yeah,
but okay.
all right, mate.
But David, Chris doesn't think that it's coming home. He thinks England are.
No, don't get me wrong. Like England have a chance. They have a good chance, like a very good chance. But if you were to say that their favourites are Croatia and France and Belgium, I just feel like, don't get me wrong, as a football fan, especially as an English fan, you know, we haven't been in this position for 18 years. And even then, it's been 2 semi-final appearances since 1966. So there's a reason to be excited. And, you know, I'm happy for that. It's great to be out. But I think we have to bring it down to football and think about, okay, the same way we went into this Sweden game confident because we know we're a superior team to Sweden, we shouldn't go into the same game against Croatia if they were to make it through. And if England get into the finals, do not think for 1 second that your favourites are like against France and Belgium.
All right,
don't do that.
David, how far do you think this English team can go?
All the way now, all the way.
And this result has actually confirmed it for you.
They've grown in confidence.
Yes.
Every game, they've grown in confidence.
Yes, they have.
It's Sweden.
I'm so glad that it's a Sheffield boy that put that first goal in. Big Harry Maguire.
Yes, Harry Maguire. Of course it was. And on Harry, I think he's been one of the most impressive players, not only at England, but in the tournament, if I'm being completely honest.
Yes. I mean, rumours before the World Cup started that Man City were watching him. I don't, you know, I think more or less Man United might need him more than Man City.
I think you might be right.
But, you know, he's put millions on his value, mate, through this World Cup. Absolute millions.
Definitely right.
And, you know, I just love it. Absolutely love it now.
Listen, David, thank you very much for your call. We appreciate it. Make
No
sure you call in
problems,
again
mate. No problems. Have a good day. Cheers,
too,
mate.
David.
Cheers, Chris.
Take it easy.
Brilliant knowledge, Chris, by the way, as well. Brilliant knowledge on football, mate. All right.
Thank you very much, David. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Look at that. Look at that.
I mean, listen.
Knowledge.
Listen, guys.
You know what I mean?
This is my problem. This is my problem.
Just let you lot know.
Why am I hater?
England versus France. He is now rooting for France through and through. He doesn't want England to win anymore.
Nah.
What did you say to me? You said, no one's going to get suspended because he wants England to be weakened. And you know what? A man only says that because he's threatened. He's threatened.
No, because I respect.
You didn't think England could
of course, I'm threatened by Belgium. I'm threatened by Russia, Croatia, and England.
Of course.
But at the same time,
mostly by England, though.
Yeah, because England are better than Croatia and Belgium.
When it's coming home, you'll see. Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Dino.
Dino. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm fine, man.
Talk to us, bro.
I support England, but I don't think we're going to win the final. I've got no confidence. I don't know why everyone's saying it's coming home.
Should I hang up on you or what?
Like,
because I've seen the France, and I've seen how France has been playing. They've been going ham, and we've had the easiest route to the World Cup. To be honest, I'm being more realistic here.
Dino. Man to man.
Use your brain, Adam. Use your brain.
Hold on.
Please,
let me
use your brain.
Let me pick up on this point that this guy said. Can you only beat what's put in front of you? Or should we have begged for a harder game? Should we have begged to play against Brazil? Should we have asked the gods or FIFA, say, hey, please give us a tough game?
Yes.
Let us play against 15 players instead of 11.
Yes, you should have.
You can only beat what is put in front of you, which we have done with great aplomb.
Okay, but...
So...
With that logic... Actually, Dino, you respond to that and then I'll respond after Dino.
I don't think, honestly, I feel like playing a harder team obviously shows that you're more capable of winning something than an easier team. That's my opinion, just based of how good you are as a player and how you play on the pitch. I think playing a harder team, it just shows more progression. If you play an easier team, what are you going to get out of it? Obviously, you're going to win, but when it comes to the final, when that's the hardest stage, I feel like everyone's getting a bit over the top and a bit gassed. So that's the reason I'm saying it.
Dino, thank you very much for your call, bro. I think you made some very, very valid points there, and then I'm going to try to elaborate on them because it's like I'm on your side in terms of like the way you're thinking at the moment. So thank you very much for that, bro.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy.
Listen, you can't kill my vibe.
Listen, man, no one's trying to kill anybody's vibe. And there's another viewer. I can't pronounce this guy's name. Lockliff XJJ. He says, "Why can't we be proud of what we have done and also dream of winning it? What's wrong with that?"
That's so
There's
well said.
nothing wrong with being proud of England's performance in a World Cup so far. There's nothing wrong with being excited about the possibility of winning it because England have a good chance of winning it. Nothing wrong with that. The point being made is that when you say you can only beat what's in front of you, that doesn't prepare you for your toughest tests. It will get you to a certain stage, but it doesn't prepare you for the best teams out there. It won't make you as good as the better teams. And that's something that shouldn't be forgotten.
Okay, Chris.
So you need to manage expectations.
Okay.
Devon, like we'll wait for Devon anyway. So Devon needs to come through.
Okay, Chris.
I'm ready to come through, bro. What's good? Talk to us.
Hello, mate. I mean, I'm feeling brilliant. I'm happy.
Feeling good. My team is out here, and we're about to face Belgium.
Chris
we're about to
doesn't seem to be sharing.
I'm about to tell y'all. There are 27 nations right now that would kill to be in your position. I'm one of them.
There we go. See, it's coming home.
It's coming home. Be proud. Be proud of every minute. You get one game. You get one game on a given day. I don't care if it's Sweden or Spain or Saudi Arabia or South Korea. You get one team to play against, and it doesn't matter. Your next worry is Croatia or Russia. And that's it. And then the next worry after that is if you get there. You only get one chance on one given day, and you took it today. And congratulations to the Three Lions, man. That was a dominating performance, and I loved every minute of it.
Today was a very, very good performance. Like, I have no issue with today's performance. I feel like in that sense, then you're right. You can only beat what's in front of you. But you know, you don't get trophies for winning in the quarterfinals. You get trophies for. I know it's been a while since England won a major trophy, but you get trophies for getting to the final and beating the better team out there. You don't face weak teams in finals. You don't face.
But you can't get to the final unless you win the quarter and the semi. So you only got to beat the teams that are on the pitch, and you did it today. Your only worry now is Croatia or Russia. That's it. Don't even think about Belgium. Don't even think about France. Let them worry about each other, because you're not going to have to play one of them. You only have to play one other team. And if Harry Maguire puts in a performance like he just did, if John Stones stands up for his teammates like he just did, if Jordan Pickford continues to stand on his head, it's coming home, boys. And I may come over to see that trophy.
You better. You better. Just on the other quarterfinal, do you think that Croatia or Russia are going to win it? Who do you expect to win that game?
I took Croatia, but I don't put anything past the doping hosts. God only knows that team is so far overachieved to this point. So I didn't think Russia would get past their last match, and they did. So here we are. But I would love to see, and that was my question that I posted in the group earlier. If it was to be England and Russia, would Theresa May shake Vladimir Putin's hand?
This is what we were talking about in the thing before. Imagine that England get all the way to the final, and all that hoo-ha was made before about the royal family not coming over.
Yep.
What do we do then? They've missed it.
Then it would be a Brexit battle.
It would. It really would. But politics does sometimes trump football. But we want Trump football. If you see what
Don't start with that.
If you see what I did there. But anyway, thank you very much, Devon.
I'm proud of you guys, man. We're that Three Lions proudly today, guys.
Of course.
No worries.
We're going to
See you
talk
later
to you
on
after
tonight.
the next game as well. Thank you very much.
Talk to you after the next one. Cheers.
Peace.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of. All right, did you watch the game? How much did you manage to catch?
I caught quite a bit of it. I said like maybe 10 minutes in the second half.
Yeah.
All right, my thing is, it's like, listen, the reason why I was so confident about England at the start of the tournament is because I felt like for the first time since 1998, in my opinion, England are starting to play in a way that's cohesive, where everyone knows their roles, that no one feels out of place, and the only issue at that point then was, okay, do we have good enough quality in those scenarios?
Yeah.
But for the most part, Southgate has actually been able to put together a very cohesive team, a team where there's no egos, everyone's fighting hard for each other, creating chances, defending reasonably well. But ultimately, and I think we've seen this so far in this tournament, is all things being equal in terms of tactical execution from both teams, in terms of, you know, the physicality, intensity, so on and so on, games have been decided by the quality of the individuals. And I feel like England haven't been in that position yet, whilst the other teams, for the most part, outside of maybe Russia, have, where they're facing a team of a similar stature and they come out on top, or they just perform well, because, you know, France have had that with Argentina and Uruguay. Belgium have had that with Brazil, and to a degree you could say England in the group stages, even though that was a bit of a fluff game. Croatia have had that with Argentina, obviously in the group stages when they beat them, and also, albeit Argentina aren't a great team at the moment, but they've still had to match up against a team with similar quality of players. Outside of Russia, obviously, they got the home advantage, and I feel like Croatia are the favourites for tonight. And even if Russia were to somehow make it through to the semi-finals, I think England will beat them in the semi-finals, to be fair. And
that's big coming from me. That's the shock. We do have a call though, right, Abs? Yeah. We're just gonna get another call. Then we're gonna read through some of your comments.
Terry's out there, someone getting pissed.
Well, he's not. Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hello,
mate.
mate. How are you? I'm all right. How are you? What do you know? I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing.
Good. What's your name?
Everyday same.
Everyday same. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
We can deal with that. Everyday same. What do you think of the game?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, the problem with international football is it's not about how good your individual players are. It's about the team and, you know, getting a team performance out of it. And today, you know, what a team performance. It's like, you know, who was England's man of the match? You just can't say. You know, Lingard, brilliant. Maguire, brilliant. Trippier, oh, God, brilliant. Pickford, brilliant. Harry Kane, my opinion of him has totally changed. The intelligence of the man today.
Yes.
It was just brilliant.
The
confidence.
I'm not going to lie to you. I disagree when you say it doesn't matter what the quality of your opposition are. Outside of Portugal 2016.
No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say the quality of the opposition. I said I meant the quality of individual players. It's like if you look at Brazil, their individual players' quality is brilliant, but they didn't play like a team.
But they also faced the team. But they also faced a team with equal individual quality from back to front. So it just so happened that Belgium, who do have an equal amount of quality players in their team as well, just happened to execute better. Brazil have gotten away with not playing well and beating teams by that individual quality. So you can't say that it doesn't matter in international football. Individual quality does matter. Outside of Portugal 2016 and Greece 2004. Wait, hold on. Outside of those two campaigns, obviously in the European Championships, teams that win the World Cup, teams that win Copa Americas, and teams that win European Championships tend to have the better players.
Yeah, I'm saying that better players if they play in a team.
I agree.
If they play as a team. What I'm saying to you, the point I'm trying to make is that this team performance from England was brilliant, and England throughout the last 30 to 40 years has been problems with. We've never been symbiotic like this. We've never had a team performance like this. That's what I'm saying.
Do you think
to watch that is very, 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 very pleasing.
And if I was to ask you to pick one outstanding player out of the bunch, because obviously you're impressed with all of them, it is a team game. Who would be your player or English player of the tournament?
English player? That's just a difficult question. Obviously, Pickford's doing the thing. Trippier's attitude is second to none.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Henderson's been the
you know, the age and experience and all that. You know, he is phenomenal. But I mean, really, I'd probably give it to Southgate because he's put the faith in the players.
Do you know
Big up, early Southgate advocate. I've been saying Southgate for 3 years.
Well done. We agree, completely agree. Listen, everyday same. Thank you very much for calling in. Next England game.
Come on, England. Come on, England.
It's coming home. He knows it, and I know it. No, listen. You can hate as much as you can hate as much as you want.
I'm not hate. Like what are you talking about? You weren't even having England at the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah, I said Brazil.
You said Brazil and Germany. So what are you on about right now, bro? You're looking fugazi right now, bro.
I'm looking fugazi.
You're looking mad fugazi right now, bro.
Because my team's doing well. I'm looking fugazi.
You look like you're hopping up. You're looking.
You don't want England to do well.
No, you're hopping on bandwagons.
France, boy, get out of it. Because when England play France, if they do,
I'm telling you, it's going to be a beating, bro.
We know what time it is. Yeah, put Noah through. Come on, let's talk to him. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. Hello.
Noah, yeah.
Yeah, I did know it was Noah. Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Well, bro.
How's life?
Yeah, good. It's even more fantastic now that we've won this and win the semi-final.
Of course. So, how much do you reckon England are going to win the final game by? 4-0 or 5-0?
Oh my god.
What do you mean the final game? We have to get through the semi-final.
Yeah, but we'll obviously win the semi, so then we get to the final. So what happens when we get to the final? 4-0 or 5-0? That's the question.
But what happens? Wait. What happens if we? I'm not going that far yet. What happens if we don't beat Croatia or Russia?
Well,
what do you think our chances are against Russia and Croatia, Noah?
No, Russia. Well, they'll have the home advantage if they get past Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
Croatia, you can't underestimate them because they're a good side and they've got this far for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I make a good point in saying that we have to look at the semi-final before we can look at the fact. I mean, I'm seeing it's coming home. I'm absolutely hyped for the rest of this World Cup. I'm absolutely pumped. I can't wait for what it has to offer. But at the end of the day, we can't get ahead of ourselves because Croatia, Russia even, and even the final is going to be a really tough ask.
Yes.
We agree, bro.
Yes. Yes.
Who's been your best English player of the tournament so far?
I mean, I've got a few, but I think Maguire's been good at times, very good at times. I think Henderson had a bit of a shocker in that penalty save, although it was a decent penalty, but too good for Ospina. But I think Henderson, Maguire, Kane's obviously been really good as well. There's a couple of names I could pick out of the bunch. Pickford, another outstanding player that's developed in this World Cup.
I hear that.
No worries, man. No, man.
Thank you very much. Make
Safe
sure you call in
roll.
after the next game.
All right, bye.
Listen, man.
Tell me why, because we can't just gloss over your hot take.
What Henderson? What?
Yeah,
I think
Henderson, English best player.
He's been
65% pass accuracy in the last game.
So?
What do you mean for a CM?
Yeah, it depends on how you're asking him to
Against
play.
3 defensive midfielders.
It depends on how you're asking him to play.
Bro. Any central midfielder who's playing against Carlos Sanchez.
Well, he had 65%.
65% possession.
You're chatting shit.
Okay.
There is no way.
Okay.
Well, listen, let me bring up the stats.
Go bring up your stat.
You're chatting.
Henderson is English best. Oh, come on,
You're
down
chatting
with that. I don't even want to hear that.
Who's been better than Henderson? I don't want it. Maguire's been English best player.
Defo. It's either him or Trippier. 100%.
All right, that guy was all kinds of calamities against the first game against Tunisia.
Who?
Maguire.
Listen. It sometimes takes people
Brother,
sometimes
get serious,
to grow
man.
into the tournament, innit? So don't look at that one. Don't isolate that one performance.
You're doing the same thing.
Yeah. But it's different, innit? It's completely different. Yeah, bring Ryan.
Yeah, bring him.
I want to hear what this guy has to say. I want to see his eyes as well.
Hold on.
Look into my eyes.
Hold on.
You can check it. You'll see.
What I'm doing? Round of 16.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm kind of loving this Harry Maguire such superstar thing. He's 6'5". He out jumped a dude that's 5'10". Come on, Emil Forsberg jumps like my grandmother.
Yeah. But
Come on. No, I'm just kidding. Harry Maguire is actually one of the better players that y'all got, and I'm actually really surprised at that because anybody can look back on my social media, and when the England roster was announced, I thought it was a damn joke. Because there's so many young players and players that really aren't classified as world-class superstars like on a Germany team, on a France team, Brazil, you know what I'm saying, Spain. You've got guys that are accomplished stars, and on England you've got young stars.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting them to turn out the way that they've been turning out. One thing that I've kind of been wondering about is what's going on with Sterling. He seems to be getting to the places, but he just doesn't seem to be finishing once he gets there.
Yeah.
And now I got my dogs in there freaking out because all the coming home videos that are ringing on my computer at the present moment. So, but yeah, I mean, y'all want the trophy. It's fine. We'll pick it up in Berlin, deliver it to London, and in 4 years we'll come back and bring it back to Berlin.
Thank you.
Agreed?
I mean, yeah, we appreciate it.
Maybe Paris.
No.
We'll let it stop there so y'all can see it on the way. That's fine.
That's right. Hashtag Brexit.
Y'all can touch it.
Yeah, you can touch it, but it's coming home.
Listen,
it's coming home.
The amount of I'm
at
telling you
home.
now,
It's in Berlin.
Because when I come in after France win it, you're not gonna like me no more. I'm telling you guys now.
I don't like you now.
You're not gonna like me no more.
I don't like you now.
I'm gonna do the whole show in French. I promise you.
Je ne sais quoi. Anyway, thank you very much. We will speak to you after the next game, Croatia versus Russia. Who do you reckon is gonna win that one? Actually.
Actually, it would be better for the, and I don't want to say it as a bad thing, but better for the sport if Russia wins. But I think Croatia their midfield will kind of just take that and run with it.
Yeah.
So I've got it Croatia versus England.
Okay. All right.
Agreed.
Listen, thank you very much. We're going to see if you're right. Come in the next game. See you later, man.
Take it easy, bro.
Let's see y'all later.
See you. Right, let's see. What some of these comments saying?
I mean, we've got Matthew Mills that says France is my 2022 champs as they hit their peak then. I feel like there's nothing stopping from France winning it next week, Saturday.
Is this
next
a
week,
golden
Sunday.
generation for France, by the way?
But I feel like we've always had great players. Like people say golden generation. I've never ever felt like we could literally pick out 3 different starting 11s that could get to at least the quarterfinals.
That 2010 one was a bit.
2010 was too much like trying to kind of get players from the old generation and then bring them in over. That was the issue. Guys like Nasri, like Ribéry.
I saw Anelka was there as well.
Yeah, they're all beefing with like Henry and Anelka and
Dominic.
Yeah, there was all of that type of stuff. But France have always had great players. But people say 2022. I feel like France could win it. They're favourites at this point of the tournament. They're favourites, so they should win it this year. Trippier, England's best player. See, I'm not mad at that either. I think Trippier has been just as good as Henderson. I just feel like Henderson has just had a bit more of an influence in some of his performance throughout the tournament.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to put any of the centre backs there. I want to put Pickford as England's best player.
Listen, I just want to say, let's appreciate John Stones because
John Stones is a good defender. Good player.
The balls, as Pep said, that he needs to play the position.
I mean, I'm not here to talk about the man's balls. I can't lie to you, bro.
The way, no Holmes. The
Pause,
way he,
several pauses.
the way he like encourages other people to play as well. I think a lot of credit needs to go to John Stones, and he isn't being mentioned, but he is integral and key to the way that England play. So I'm giving him a shout out.
Fair enough.
A lot of appreciation.
I feel like England's best players off the top of my head have been. I think Stones has been good overall. I think Trippier has been great. I think Henderson has been very, very good. I think Lingard has actually been pretty good in the games that he's played as well. Ashley Young, has been really, really good too. Kane, I'm a bit like he's been decent, but I wouldn't say he's been. He's not top 3 English best. Like
he's not. Which is unfortunate. But you know that if you were to get a 1-on-1, you'd fancy him to take it.
Yeah. I mean, every day is the same. Says again, Kane's hold-up play was integral today. You need to educate. Okay, not me because I'm well educated in football, but I think it was.
I mean, David said that you've got excellent football knowledge. Right?
But that aside, I think Kane's game. You can make the argument today was probably Kane's best game in terms of his all-round contribution. Yeah, and I feel like obviously goals is the main currency as a striker, but there's a 90-minute game, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do outside of scoring goals. It takes a second to score a goal. So there's a lot of stuff to do outside of that.
Right. Abro is in our ears telling us that we must go to fan cams, so make sure you check these out. We're going to play those now and then take some more of your calls after that.
Real fan opinions brought to you by Wash and Go.
Can we just talk about that magic second goal? Because I thought it was offsides for a second and I had to rewatch it like 1,000 times, and I realized that it was just like a magic trick. It was so amazing. That's all I want to talk about. That's all I have to talk about is that magic trick, because it was a magic trick. It was amazing. Great job, England. You're next up with Russia, Croatia. Let's see what happens.
Literally could not be happier with that performance. The goals from obviously Ali Maguire, absolutely brilliant. Listen, semi-final night. We're gonna be there next Wednesday.
It's coming home.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's fucking coming home. Guys, get your phone calls in. Get whatever in. We'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Alright, Phil. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, come on, biggest England win in years and years and years. How you feeling? Is that guy have a drink?
We went to the Euros back in, I can't remember if it was 2014, 2016.
Yeah.
And I've never felt so low about an England team in my life. And this team's finally brought back to this country what we've always wanted from a team that represents the shirt and the fans in the country, which is passion, hunger, desire, and like we love it. Everyone's behind them. You can see it in all the fan zones, whether like we are so behind them, and ecstasy, mate, pure ecstasy.
So the atmosphere seems to just get better and better every game. I mean, mate, if we really do win it, it's going to be anarchy.
I've got 17 days annual leave. I'm taking them all off. Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Real fan opinions brought to you by Wash and Go.
And as we saw, a lot of drinking from Terry there. Everyone asking where Terry was. He's actually at a family event today. You just saw Terry with his dad. So yeah, he was clearly enjoying himself.
Was that his dad?
Yeah.
Raw.
Big up Terry and his dad.
He still looks young.
So yeah, that's where Terry is. He's gonna be back. But I don't think we're doing too badly. Flipping out, like rate us a little bit. Anyway, guys, we're still taking calls 0203-606-0315. We've got one now. Here we go. Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name?
It's Daniel.
Hello. Oh,
that's good.
Daniel.
Raw.
Nah.
Don't do me like that, bro. Come on, man. It's a good day to be an England fan as well.
I like Daniel in it because he's fair and he's honest. But one time he tried it. So.
Oh word, Daniel. I like you already, fam. Keep going. Say your piece. Say your piece. Say your piece.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I mean, obviously, fantastic day to be an England fan. I mean, I'm only 21, and this is the first time I've seen us actually like ball out a tournament and actually play good. And you know, I've been getting a bit of stick in the group chat from probably fans of friends of mine who are obviously fans of other countries, and people saying, "Oh, we don't play great football. You've not got great players." And I'm going to obviously agree. It's probably the worst talent pool of England players I've seen while I've been watching football. But at the same time, we're playing some of the best football because we're actually playing in the system which actually works, and it stifles our opponents for the most part and actually gives us chances to create at least decent chances from set pieces mainly, and obviously from crosses into the box. And you guys are talking about best performers of the tournament. For me, I'll probably say Trippier is number one. I'd then say 2 and 3, whichever order you want to put it, is probably Kane and Henderson, and I probably have Maguire up there as well. I think it's a bit underrated just how good Trippier's performance has been in terms of his delivery into the box. Defensively, he's been pretty decent as well, and yeah, I think Henderson gets a lot of bad credit just because he's not maybe, let's say, as good on the ball as like a Wilshere or Pogba, but he's still been bowling out, still been putting in really good performances and sending balls up to the top. So yeah, I've been really happy with the performances.
Yeah. I think maybe I've been a little bit harsh about Henderson. I do think he has impressed me, and I think it's not just sideways passes, it's not just backwards passes. He has tried to play progressively. Like I said, I just think there's a certain level that he hasn't quite met yet. But as you said, England's talent pool is a little bit shallower than it has been in previous tournaments. So that's probably where that comes from. But just how far do you think this England team can go? Do you think they can beat Croatia? Do you think they can, if they happen to beat France? Obviously, Chris thinks that France are going to get to the final. How far do you think England can go?
Well, to be honest, I feel like we're going to do a Liverpool and get to a final and lose to Belgium. I don't think France are going to beat Belgium. Sorry, but yeah. The thing is, I can see us beating Croatia, but in the final, I don't know. I thought it was going to be a bit tough for us because although we are probably suited to playing against a bigger team and like playing a little bit without the ball and obviously counter-attacking, because in Lingard and Ali and Henderson, it's a lot of energy, but not necessarily a lot of creativity, as we did see for a large part of today. I do feel like eventually a better team will get the best of our defense because, as you've seen, we needed Pickford to make some amazing saves. And I mean, we have to talk about it. I mean, like, he's probably goalkeeper of the tournament, along with probably Courtois, funnily enough. But I mean, some of the saves he made today, especially the first one from Toivonen, was brilliant. So again, that's someone else who's also been really impressive. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, even if we were to lose a final or let's say win a third place playoff, I mean that for me deserves like a parade of its own, like around the country. Just because I mean, we have to remember we've not won a knockout stage game before this until like what I think Ecuador in like 2006 was it maybe? And yeah, I mean in general we've just not been performing. I mean, didn't qualify in 2008, 2010 was a joke, 2014 was even worse. So I mean, just in general, we've been really what the opposite of sport. We've been really deprived of actually good football from England. So we can at least need to just appreciate the fact that we're actually doing good for once. So that's why I'm happy.
Listen, Daniel, amazing call. You've redeemed yourself. Thank you.
One question.
Wait.
You know, I'm not going to do it to you. I'm not going to do it to you.
It's all to me, cuz. Daniel, say your piece.
No, I'll leave it. I'll leave Arsenal alone for now.
Yeah, exactly. Get off, man. Go away, man.
Alright, no worries, my guy. Speak to you soon.
I don't think he knew that you're an Arsenal fan. Last time he said.
Alright, cool. Let me go through some of the YouTube comments. Do you know what? A lot of people are kind of already talking about like Belgium and France already, and they kind of go through Belgium's game against Brazil yesterday and seeing how they match up. There's a little conversation about, you know, how good were Brazil, how good Belgium were, and I feel like, you know, Belgium were exceptional in the first half.
Yes.
And I think for the most part, Brazil were very, 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 very good in the second. However, the way I look at it is Belgium's game, they won't approach the game if they were to face England in that final. They won't approach England the way they approach Brazil. So I feel like Daniel brought up an interesting point about England being more suited to facing the bigger sides. I feel like that could definitely suit England against Belgium. I think that's a good point. against France, I feel like France are also just as good as saying, you know what, we're not going to just try to flood your half. We're going to actually leave some numbers back. Like I said, I didn't know, up until Adam told me, I didn't know Pavard was actually a natural centre-back. I thought he was an out-and-out right-back. So you've got someone that can play conservatively there. Lucas is more of an attacking full-back. But if you start with Matuidi or Tolisso, Kante, Pogba, none of them have been playing particularly high up the pitch. Obviously, you know Kante isn't like that. Griezmann has been playing as a second striker. Mbappe has been playing almost as an out-and-out right winger / forward. And obviously, Giroud's been doing what he's doing. So I feel like France are just as capable of just sitting back and just waiting to counter you. So the approach that England will have if they were to beat Russia or Croatia in the semi-finals, I feel like you can say for all you want, you can say you should beat the teams in front of you, but they've not been asked certain questions yet, and I don't know if the final of a World Cup is the most ideal time to be asked of certain questions from a tactical point of view, from a psychological point of view, and also just from a technical point of view, because it's like you're facing literally some of the best players in the world, and you've not done that. Because even against England, even against Belgium in the group stages, you face a second string team, a reserve side. I'm just saying, like, this is great. Let's start thinking with this a little bit more and just adjust it a little bit and manage expectations.
Pride and passion. Where's George?
Bring in the next call, man.
Where's George? Hello, George. You're free to FanPark Live. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. What do you think about England's game?
Well, we were definitely on top of Sweden the whole game. And I want to point out Cole Walker. He hasn't really been talked about, but I think he's been our best player. He's done lots of blocks, and even through all the games, I think he's played every game. And I think he's definitely been one of the best players.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. And the reason why I would say he's been one of the best is because he's not even playing in his natural position. I read an article not too long ago where he said that he doesn't actually feel comfortable playing at centre-back, but he's still doing a job for England, which I think is even more impressive. So you're definitely right on that. And I know we've been a bit silly. We've said that England can get all the way to the final and win it. But what do you think? How far do you think England can go?
I think it's coming home.
Oh, man. George. George.
You said it. Now I find that hard to disagree with.
Caller of the day, George. I love that.
Thank you, George.
Thank you very much for your call, man.
Thank you.
No worries. Let me address something, and this is kind of away from England. A lot of people it seems in the YouTube comments, are very confident that Belgium are going to beat France. And I'm more or less repeating what I said to you earlier on off camera. But this is the reason why. Don't get me wrong. I feel like the game is like 55 to 60% in France's favour. Obviously, 45 to 40 in Belgium's favour. This is where Belgium can hurt France. They're just in form. They're just in great form at the moment. They've got great players from back to front. So the quality is there. I feel like from a tactical perspective, France have not met a team that is good going forward yet.
Yeah, no, they haven't.
Yeah, and
well, Brazil, but
no, France. Like France haven't met a team as good going forward yet. Even Argentina aren't as good. What I would say, no worries. What we'll say after this call is, yes, from a tactical point of view, facing like a 3-4-3, like it's questions that France may not have been accustomed to answering just yet. So that's the issue. But this is why for me France are not comfortable favourites, but why I feel confident going into that game. It's because number one, France's defence is better equipped to deal with Belgium's attack.
Which is what you said, yeah.
Then Belgium's defence is able to pick up with France's attack. Belgium's best player, Hazard, and the areas that he operates in also have the best defensive midfielder in the world there too. And when I don't think Deschamps will tell him to man mark Hazard, but if Kante is playing anywhere close to the level he's been playing at so far, I'm telling you now, Hazard's having a quiet game.
Unless
KDB also plays in the hole like he did yesterday.
But then there's an issue because then it's Fellaini and Witsel who will probably get dominated by Pogba and.
But that's what I'm saying. Like whether it be Tolisso and Pogba, Matuidi and Pogba, that's going to be the two-man matchup in midfield. And I feel like those little pockets in the middle, like just behind the defensive midfielder and just in front of the back line, Kante is just going to be there sweeping everything. Also, Lukaku as fantastic a tournament as he's had, and he's had a fantastic tournament. Literally, in my opinion, the best defender in the world equipped for Lukaku in Varane.
Oh, I thought you were going to say MT.
No. But like you've got
boy.
two very good defenders, two very athletic defenders that are also there and they're able to deal with Lukaku's threat as well. Whether he be pulling out wide, whether he wants to stay in the middle, like those defenders are comfortable doing that. So we'll get into that more.
I just want to read out this. Lynn Hall. Why would God save that old hag you call the quick Lynn?
Lynn needs to smoke one and chill out. And yeah, and I think going the other way, there's no one on our Belgium team that's going to be able to deal with Griezmann dropping into pockets and making those runs. Vertonghen's going to have a time with Mbappe. I think Kompany's going to deal with Giroud, but Griezmann is just going to be playing in pockets. And because Belgium don't play a natural holding midfielder, because their defenders are going to be forced to come out of their back line and then open up space for other runs, I feel like Belgium won't be able to deal with that. Martinez doesn't coach great size defensively. France will deal with Belgium.
As much as I hate to admit it, I think that point out of all of them is probably the most poignant, and I think I agree with you. Last caller, and then we're going to play you out with some fan cams. Hello, you're free to FanPark. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, you?
I'm
Not
good.
too bad, bro.
I'm brilliant.
What's your name, bro?
Yeah.
Tell us your
Jack.
Jack, yeah?
Jack.
Tell us
Just
your
quickly, would you mind turning down whatever you're watching in the background, please? Sorry.
Cool, 1 sec.
No worries.
Yo.
Talk to us, G.
Yes. So, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind? Sterling shit.
Oh, okay. Straight off the bat. Is it what about his game isn't great?
He just can't shoot or nothing. It's just annoying.
But then, do you not think that he has other aspects to his game that make him a half decent player?
Just as much as Welbeck. Well, Rashford's got it all, so.
And so, do you think Rashford should be playing over Sterling?
Rashford or Welbeck?
To be fair, I don't disagree. Rashford came up at Man United as a second striker. He could easily play in the position that Sterling's played for England so far, and he's better going forward.
Really, guys? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad. If Rashford started ahead of Sterling next game, I wouldn't be mad.
But Welbeck is not the same player that he was when he came.
Yeah, that Welbeck shout is wild. I can't lie to you, bro. I can't get.
Like, Rashford, I can hear, but Welbeck, you're trolling. You have to be.
No, I'm generally being serious, man. I just don't like Sterling. He can't shoot or nothing.
No, I do. He had what? He had two. Well, he had one chance because one of them he was offside.
Listen, man, people shouldn't get gassed by what they saw with him at Man City last year. Like, he had a great season, but a lot of that is because Man City's attack is so good, you just have to score tap-ins. Gabriel Jesus was scoring tap-ins all season. Now you've got to create chances for Brazil. He's struggling. So, but I still rate Sterling. But don't look to him for goals.
That's it. Sorry, just lastly, do you think there's something that he can improve on, or do you think that's it, literally written off? He is a crap player. That's it for him.
Like he's not bad, but he just needs to properly work on his shooting and be more clinical. Because against big teams like France, like the amount of chances he'll miss, it won't really benefit.
I do hear that. Listen, Jack, thank you very much for your call.
No worries,
guys. Thanks for that.
Speak to you later.
Speak to you soon. All right, well, I guess that brings us to the end of this particular show.
It does bring us to the end. Listen, so you try to bring me down to reality, back down to earth, and I'm really trying to use a level head and not.
I feel you. I'm gonna come back to you in an hour, and then me and you will actually talk properly.
Hold on, it's football. He's ringing.
Oh my god.
He's ringing.
You're
Hello?
so sneaky.
Hello, mate. Oh, you're coming home. You're coming home. He's still coming home. So I don't care what France says. I don't care about Belgium, KDB, what's his name, Kante in the whole the areas that Hazard's gonna pick up. I don't give a damn. Football is coming home.
And I got the studio engineer just chatting shit about us coming home in my ears as well.
Home.
Like when England lose, it's not going to be nice. And I'm not the I told you so guy. I'm not the gloating guy. Like, you know how I am when it comes to football. I'm not that guy. But you lot have been talking fraff for long. Yo, guys, listen, turn up for the Russia-Croatia game. That's going to be a great game in my opinion, especially for the football. And obviously, that's who England are going to be facing in the semis. So it's important that all you guys watch that game. And then you call us afterwards and we talk about that game in detail. My name is Chris Kane.
Fan cams. We're playing
This is Adam Charles.
See you later, guys.
We'll talk to you in a bit. Peace.
Real fan opinions brought to you by Wash and Go.
Alright, so England are one game away now from a World Cup final. How do you feel?
This is the first time in decades that we've been able to be positive about England. That's fucking beautiful. Yeah.
Alright, cheers. Oh, hello. How you doing? Go on then.
Stay there.
How you doing?
Too many drink.
There you go, he loves the game. You can stop in between them because otherwise. Almost now in a World Cup final. Say whatever the fuck you like. How you feel?
Unbelievable. Lost my voice. Fucking incredible.
What's your name? Ross.
Ross! He's
There we go.
Real fan opinions brought to you by Wash and Go.